This is one of Ripple's major updates that could make its price reach $25, despite the ongoing lawsuit between Ripple and the SEC. Therefore, stay tuned to this video to learn more about it. Welcome to Crypto Live. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel to stay updated on our upcoming videos about cryptocurrencies. As is evident from the strange lack of activity in the SEC versus Ripple case, perhaps this is because the next motion in the case is the motion by the SEC to strike Ripple's fair notice defense. It's doubtful that that's going to happen, but let's see. Additionally, Ripple continues to increase its use of RippleNet, as well as the number of banks and countries using it to send money abroad. Further, a huge new remittance corridor just opened up in the world, and I'm telling you where it's located and why it's such a big deal. So let's start by looking at Elon Musk's tweets in response to Bernie Sanders. In the second week of November, Bernie Sanders tweeted a message echoing the core message of his campaign, which is to raise taxes. It was in this tweet that he said we need to demand that the extremely wealthy pay their fair share. Then Elon Musk responded to that tweet by saying Sanders is alive, but he keeps forgetting that. Then he followed up by saying, "Want me to sell more stock, Bernie? Just say the word." Then he added, "Okay, how much do you think is fair? Does 53% seem reasonable?" And then he concluded with, "Bernie is a taker, not a maker." A big shot is taken at the fact that Bernie Sanders has been a lifelong politician and not exactly a household name when it comes to adding to the GDP of the country. Also, it is worth noting that President Biden just signed into law a brand new $1.2 trillion infrastructure bill, which actually included a regulatory update aimed at cryptocurrencies and how they are accounted for by the IRS. And there is some debate about this over the summer. It basically calls miners, wallet developers, and other blockchain developers brokers, putting them in the position where they have to report transactions to the IRS which they have no control over, nor do they know who's making them. Actually, a bipartisan amendment has been proposed by Democratic Senator Ron Wyden and Republican Senator Cynthia Lummis. This amendment is meant to provide more leniency to those types of market participants that may fall under the definition of a broker but not actually be brokers, such as miners, wallet developers, and other blockchain developers. Janet Yellen, the Secretary of the Treasury, said that she supports the amendment and those laws which were actually passed into law will not take effect until the year 2024. Therefore, they do have some time to make that amendment a reality. To begin my discussion on Ripple and its price with some recent big news, let me speak on a bigger topic that's going on right now as well, and that's the discussion of Bitcoin's market cycle. It's interesting to note that many people have expressed their opinions on when Bitcoin is going to top out in this market cycle, and also how long it is actually going to last. However, I wanted to hear what your opinion is, so please comment it down below. In spite of the fact that there are quite a few different technical analysis and on-chain analysis being done on a daily basis, two schools of thought are convergent. Meanwhile, an XRP analyst shows up to do some great in-depth technical analysis of the market, and he says that this market cycle is actually only set to see about 74,000-ish at the top, after which it is going to turn bearish. He also doesn't believe in an extended market cycle. Then, there are a few others that have sort of echoed these sentiments as well. But I've noticed that a lot of these analysts are more focused on the pricing and technical end of things, instead of diving into the underlying fundamentals. And the analysis of the on-chain and the analysis of the market cycle are not necessarily done. For that, I studied Will Clemente, Willy Woo, and Plan B on Twitter, who I assume is adapting the stock to flow formula for Bitcoin, as well as Benjamin Cowan, who does an amazing research on market cycles. Those guys are actually predicting quite a significantly higher Bitcoin price point, ranging anywhere from 120 to 250 or even 300,000. Further market cycles tend to extend a little bit, and if you follow Benjamin Cowan, then maybe the cycle peak won't be until February or March. On the other hand, there's some analysis earlier today where they basically took everything those guys said, based on technical analysis charts, and based on on-chain charts, and combined it into their own opinion. Nevertheless, the market cycle analysis added them all up, and said they may not have an 80% pullback like we have had in all these other bear markets. After Bitcoin had a blow-off top and then slumped, this speculation suggested Bitcoin is just going to keep running, but there will be a series of pullbacks, maybe 30 to 50%, but not necessarily an abrupt collapse. Quite a thought, however. I'd like to hear what you think, so please leave your comments down below. So, at what price point do you think Bitcoin will reach its peak? And in what month do you think it will actually blow off its peak? Finally, we have some Ripple news before we move on, and it's a new payment remittance corridor that was opened very recently this month on Ripple. I believe it will be a big one because it will actually involve the sixth largest sender of remittances in the world, and the specific route of this particular train will be from the United Arab Emirates to Pakistan. Further, Bank Al Falah will roll out the program in these countries as a pilot program for using RippleNet and XRP for remittances and financing. If all goes well, there will be 6 other remittance corridors opened up in 6 other countries. We now seem to hear of a new remittance corridor every single week, but this particular corridor is particularly important being in the Middle East. Because the Middle East is the world's largest remittance corridor, specifically for cross-border payments between countries, remittances from the Middle East to other parts of the world are huge. Therefore, the price of XRP has moved greatly if it was such a big announcement. In any case, I've recently been seeing that Bitcoin prices have remained fixed for quite a while now, except for the few days when it has made its own moves. A second problem is the evidence of price suppression from the case versus SEC as a blockchain backer demonstrated his video that there's a major price suppression right now since XRP should be between $10 and $15 if there wasn't an SEC case. But why isn't the price moving if everything is so well? By zooming out, you'll see it went up from 20 cents to $2 pretty quickly, then back down to about 50 cents, then up to $1.40, and now it's been fluctuating between $1.15 and $1.20. Nevertheless, it's partly due to Bitcoin, as I mentioned. So when are we likely to see some changes in the price? Meanwhile, some investors and analysts think that XRP's price should start to climb any day now, because these charts indicate that XRP's price is on the verge of an inflection point, regardless of how Bitcoin and the rest of these cryptos are doing. Based on some technical analysis, XRP is not expected to make its move until after Bitcoin's big move this year. One of the factors that may impact the price of XRP this year relates to the case versus the SEC. And the question is not necessarily who wins, but the specific motions as to whether they are approved or denied, which could exert some significant influence on the price of XRP. Then, regarding the policy and mechanism of Ripple, the team behind Ripple Labs and the Ripple Ledger has dedicated itself to 3 focus areas: developing new technology, growing the community, and expanding to new concepts. In 2013, when XRP was launched, a novel consensus technology was used for the confirmation of transactions, which was different from Bitcoin's proof-of-work system. Ripple's transaction time increased to 2 to 3 seconds due to this consensus method of validation, making it one of the biggest advantages of XRP. Now let's take a look at what drives Ripple. Since the beginning of the year, Ripple, a global payment solutions provider, has been making headlines for a variety of reasons. One was its prolonged legal battle with the Securities and Exchange Commission, which few expected to last this long, particularly as Gary Gensler was at the helm of the agency. By contrast, the Ripple team has also created more partnerships, strengthened existing initiatives, and launched more new initiatives without letting the case slow down the expansion into new territories. Throughout the past 12 months, all these factors have been influential on the price of XRP. That is why these could cause XRP's price to skyrocket to $25 or even more. That's all for this video about crypto, and thank you for watching. If you would like to receive updates on the crypto market, make sure you click the subscribe and bell button.